A warm welcome to all to my interview session and my our today's special guest is educational psychologist and staff nurse of Avitis Institute of Medical Science, Miss Anu Kuriakos. She's one of my friend, a close friend, and also a well-renowned educational psychologist in our district. And let's start our session. Welcome you, ma'am, to this session. It will be useful, really useful to so many parents and students who watch this video. And welcome you.
Good morning, Mr. Vaishakh. Thank you for inviting me to a show like this. Initially, I'm really thankful to you for giving me an opportunity to participate in this research.
And without any delay, let me ask my first question. What's your stand regarding the home environment and connection with the academic performance of the students?
And regarding your first question about home environment and its influence in academic performance of children, I would like to say that the home environment influences the children or the academic performance of children in a plethora of ways.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Then, as a psychologist, what is your stand regarding what you may deal with so many psychological issues dealt by the students and sometimes parents too. So, what's your opinion about the strategies which a parent can hold or use while a child is in depression? Whether to stay with them or leave them in their solitude and enjoy, or to find their own happiness. What's your stand regarding this?
Well, Mr. Vaishakh, thank you for your question regarding depression. Actually, it's really a thoughtful question. And if a child is depressed, means the parents can do a lot of things actually to alleviate the depression or the sad mood of the child. Initially, they can give a hug to the child, and secondly, they can communicate with the child in an effective manner, in a childly manner, and furthermore, they can give the child some presents like some favorite toys or some toffees which a child prefers a lot. And next, the parents can become more friendly, or they need to be more attached to the child to alleviate this sad mood or this depressive episode. Because Mr. Vaishakh, as you know, depression is starting, or it starts from the small ages or from the little kid, and it will be there in the mind of the child, and it grows naturally and will affect the child's education and academic performance or future life in a worse manner. So the parents need to be more aware regarding these types of conditions, especially like depression, and they have to be more communicable with the child. The child needs to be more friendly with their parents, like the parents need to be their best friends, so the parents need to be more attached to them. And if they see the child in a depressed manner, they have to hug the child in a tight manner so that the child started to cry, and through that he lost a lot of problems. So we know that tears will help them to alleviate a huge amount of sufferings or their sad mood, and then communicate with the child so that they will tell the parents what's the matter for the reason or depressed mood, and they can be presented some toys or some like preferred toffees or chocolates, so they'll be more happy and they will tell the parents everything is okay and there is no issues, and find out the reason for the sad mood or depression. Especially in school children, the reason may be like bullying or low academic performance or the effect of teachers or other pupils in their life. So be communicable, then be open up to the child. Help the child to be more communicable with you and be more friendly with them, so it can avoid such problems like depressive episodes.
Thank you for such a descriptive and detailed answer regarding the depression, and it's very useful to me. Thank you. And so many parents too. This video will be seen by so many parents, and it will be really helpful for the parents to stay or being with that depressed child. And my next question is, it's so simple. and it is related to the first one. My next question is whether the involvement of the parents is necessary, or how do you scale, how do you rate the need and the time which need to be spent with the children while studying at the home. What's your opinion regarding it? Whether it be a full time or being with the child in a difficult times, or whether a doubt arises. So what's it?
Thank you, Mr. Vaishakh, for asking me a good question like this. You have asked me whether the involvement of parents in educating their child, whether they have to involve full time or just clearing their doubts, or whether they have to sit with the child and educate them completely, or just leave the child as to learn as a child's wishes or as per their own convenience. The best option I opt is that first one, to sit with the child completely and educate them as possible by the parents, because while comparing the brain of a child to an adult, the child's brain is like a newborn brain, and it has to grasp everything from the basic roots or from the basic lines. So while if the child tries to learn himself or herself, which they got from the school, it will be more difficult for them to grasp the basic grassroots level things like writing something, or the things will be difficult if they do themselves. So the parents, like us, we have to encourage the child and sit with them, and we have to hold their hands, help them to write things, teach them full time. I suggest people to teach their children, especially up to 6th standard, because up to 6th standard, the brain development is like in a huge manner. The brain used to adapt things like education, textbooks, and literature, everything. The brain is trying to adapt. It takes time for brain to adapt to things. So the parents have to sit completely and educate. They have to educate their children. And Mr. Vaishakh, I have seen people and educating their child full time, and those children have huge influences in academic performance, and they're getting huge marks than other children who are in boarding schools or in hostels. In hostels, the children are learning by themselves. So there are difference between children's being raised by parents full time and otherwise.
It's a wonderful action. And then my next one is related to the combined study. We may all used to do a combined study at least once in our life, and going to someone's my friend's house, or someone really classroom too in the holidays. So what's your stand regarding the combined study? Whether it's really useful, or it is just a time pass to do some unrelated stuff with the classes, or unrelated stuff with the planned activity of study. Sometimes we used to see that is it, dancing and singing and playing something unrelated with this. So, what is your stand, and what's the correct age, or whether the parents need to allow these children to do a combined study, group study? So, what's your opinion?
Well, Mr. Vaishak, thank you for your question. Regarding the combined study and its output in children, in combined study, we know that the things happening in general or usual life is pupils used to gather together. They have some conversations, have something like fishing or playing things rather than learning or studying. They utilize the time for doing other activities because their age is like that. So I suggest only combined study up to their graduation level or after their higher secondary level. That means from their degree onwards. Up to the 12th standard, they had to learn themselves or by the help of their parents and their home itself, because during that time it's really necessary for them to learn by themselves, because during at that time because during the developmental stage from up to 12th standard, the children used to addict to something like playing games or videos together with their friends, because their age is like that. During adolescence, they're adolescents up to 12th standard, so that time they can ruin their life or you can ruin their academic performances by group studies. So I prefer or I suggest everyone to avoid this combined studies up to 12th standard, and after that they can continue that. And about regarding the output, I asked even my own pupils, my own students, and in schools when I used to conduct surveys, I used to ask the students what is the output of this combined study. They used to convey me the results like, ma'am, we have ate a lot, we had some fishing activities, we had played, and they told me never convey these things to our parents because they are thinking that they thought that we are studying and we are learning, ma'am. That was an eye opener for me regarding this combined study.
Thank you so much for spending your valuable time with me for this video. And it's a part of my IAPC video. It's regarding the B.Ed course. And as a friend, as a mentor, as a colleague. And thank you so much. You have shared a lot of information and lot of details regarding depression, combined study, and the psychology related issues. It will say really useful, and I had studied so many things, and it's my big exposure to deal with such problems and things. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your valuable time.
Well, Mr. Vaishakh, thank you for giving me an opportunity to participate in this conversation. Well, thank you so much.